And so the saga of NSFW content creators being given the boot apparently is continuing because now a site called Fanbox has now kicked off all NSFW creators. And I heard the breaking news from a NSFW content creator called Ule Tiger. And for what they are worth, ladies and gentlemen, I may as well just outline that something of a pattern with a lot of these mass exodus level of approaches is that PayPal apparently seems to be the one at the bottom of them. Now, whether you want to say immediately that this is going to be something of a very consistent pattern, that it will begin with Gumroad and then Fanbox, what if Fansly just turned around one day and decided, nope, nope, that doesn't count anymore, and off you go? So this level of like pilgrimage that I imagine a lot of content creators are on right now is certainly very detrimental to the mental well-beings of people who just want to, make their business and make their money and make the things that they love making. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, I need to illustrate is that I might not be interested in it myself, but I'm interested in the well-being of people who aren't doing anything wrong and are being, shown the door. In fact, I know I've mentioned this before about the idea that some content creators are long since worried for the day when suddenly the powers that be suddenly decided which people they preferred and which people they didn't. And that no doubt quite a lot of people never anticipated like a witch hunt of this description because, there are also sites like Itch as well, which could easily be have the giant no sticker to NSFW content creators. Now, I know that Itch doesn't technically use PayPal as its payment method systems, but even if it was just listed as an option, your guess is as good as mine is about what exactly is going to happen when they push Itch in the sort of direction towards something that they have to scratch. Then what about Fansly? What if suddenly, like an entire website that was almost devoted to that sort of thing suddenly decided, no, that's it, we're done? Or what about OnlyFans? Literally the entire website that kickstarted this whole new revenue for NSFW content creators to actually make their living however they see fit. What if all of a sudden, after 5 years, possibly 6 years of work, they turned around and said, nope, that's it. And so the only way that some people will be able to earn their money is literally through making content that they don't want to make, or will have to be subjugated to the larger studios for insane restrictions and completely minimalist payments or royalties for their works. Which is not really, I can't really imagine we ever get into a state where that sort of thing will happen. But there's no doubt it's already took place in the form of Gumroad and then Fanbox. And then what if Throne, for example, suddenly decided that they don't want like those sorts of materials devoted or even given to people who make that sort of content? That's the sort of thing that might be a little bit more serious because now people would suddenly be deciding what people can and cannot have. And that's the sort of thing that can drive a huge wedge between quite a lot of adult, lingerie and toy manufacturers. It has a very, very serious knock-on effect because it's almost something that's been wholeheartedly decided by one company, either through PayPal or MasterCard, and they've just decided, no, we just don't want that anymore. That it's a worrying proposition for quite a lot because again, there's been cases where huge like shopping centers like Marks and Spencer's had to pull away from a specific region in the UK. Then Unilever is saying that they're going to have to like lay off nearly 8,000 members of staff. And then no doubt we'll hear a story tomorrow about how, as a result of Apple's having to pay millions and possibly billions of dollars as a result of shenanigans involving not actually offering alternative services to like Spotify or to, other music sharing websites like YouTube Music and all the rest of them. Who's to say that Apple might have to lay off some hundreds of their staff as well because of their own actions? So I don't really know exactly what I'm even supposed to like say or do about it. It's a very, very unfortunate and a very, very serious state of affairs, ladies and gentlemen. That the fact that even, again, all some people just want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is, and this is like the biggest thing about this video I wanted to do it for. Some people, ladies and gentlemen, they just want to do good in the world. They will, sometimes people will literally do a job. The pay might be crap and maybe the hours are crap, but they do it because it's something they are passionate and they love it. And it gives them a sense of security knowing that they've done something good for the world, which is a very looked upon and a very, very admirable expression, to say the least, that we go to work because we want to do good at work and for our work and by our work. What we do not want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is go there and feel as though we are merely scapegoated into doing a position that offers no rewards, is exhausting, has crap pay. No reasonable human being, ladies and gentlemen, with so much as one brain cell left in their heads would take the alternative. But it's in this state of affairs, ladies and gentlemen, that some people are having to take the alternative and having to look for alternative methods of just trying to earn their bread. And I'm not saying, of course, ladies and gentlemen, that there's nothing necessarily stopping NSFW creators from making work that's a bit more safe for work. But then again, ladies and gentlemen, the competition might be extremely fierce because you put them into a field in which they may be a little bit unfamiliar. What exactly do they do? How do they go about it? And even those who want to even work on like more established projects for like voice acting or animating and stuff like that, well, again, you run through the same problem as what do they go to companies like Ubisoft or From Software or Blizzard, and do you want to go to businesses that have reputations that might be different, might be better, might be worse? What exactly do you want to do? And bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is like a really crucial statement, is that a lot of the content creators who do this sort of thing, they are sole traders. They work independently. They are self-employed. They choose what to do, and you know what? It's something that it means that some of them would probably even have to go back to doing like a part-time or a full-time job just so they can, afford the bread that they eat and keep them with the sort of resources, or even just keep the lights on. That's the sort of thing we're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. And finally, there's just the fact that, well, I don't want to give up on this, ladies and gentlemen, because somebody has to have their back, and it doesn't really seem as if, like, why don't people just do something about this? Or there's got to be like a larger push and got to make a larger argument about why that again, bigger companies can't just go around pushing little people around just because they decide what counts as right and wrong in this world now. It's a very unfortunate, but it's an all too tragic tale in this sort of life. And yet, ladies and gentlemen, it is something to say that NSFW content creators don't just give up hope because things look bleak. Nor should anybody give up hope just because there is a bit of a strange obstacle in our way, which can have detrimental effects later on. But bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, if it was you in this situation as well, you'd probably be longing for some compensation, or just as a means for somebody to hear you out in your hour of need. And bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, if we work hard, at least we could say we are working for ourselves. And even if I was in this situation right now, I would much rather spend my energy knowing full well that the interests of people who were strongly affected by all this remained intact and sound. You should respect your content creators, ladies and gentlemen. You should respect your artists, your writers, your sound editors, your sound mixers. Labourers deserve their wages, as they say in the good book. Oh, and by the way, the thing even about Gumroad kicking its creators to the curb in 24 hours might not even be true, because some content creators, like Voice Like Candy, stated the fact that they were issued no notices about their stores in particular. So, call that what you will, but it gives you the impression about whether or not Gumroad were even telling the truth about this in all of this. So, was it just a purposely marketed stunt? Hardly, but we'll wait and see. So, take care, and bye-bye for now.